All right, let's jump right in. Today's source material might look, well, really simple. We're talking about a couple of pages from a kid's dictionary, but trust me, there's an absolutely amazing story hiding right here in plain sight.
So here they are, just 2 pages, all words starting with the letter R. You've got remember, reptile, rescue, respect, and rest. I mean, at first glance, that just seems like a totally random list of words, doesn't it? Or is it? And that is the big question we're going to dig into today. What if we treated these definitions like, pieces of a puzzle? Could we actually put them together to build a real story, one with a beginning, a middle, and an end? Let's find out. Okay, so every story has to start somewhere, right? It needs that one thing that kicks it all off. For our story, it all starts with an encounter. And that brings us to our very first word, reptile. The dictionary definition is super straightforward, a cold-blooded animal with a scaly skin. Now, if you think about this in storytelling terms, this is our inciting incident. It's the moment our first character, or, element, shows up. And the visual here is just perfect. I mean, look at this lineup. You've got a crocodile, a snake, a turtle. Just picture it for a second. You're out for a walk, and bam, you run into one of these. What's the very first thing that flashes through your head? Right, that moment, that surprise encounter with the reptile, it triggers something deep inside your brain. It immediately makes you pull up some information, which leads us perfectly to our second word, remember. So, word number 2 is remember, to keep something in your memory. And this is so important. Because when you see that reptile, you're not just seeing, a scaly creature. Your brain instantly starts accessing everything it knows. Is it a threat? Is it safe? Your memory is what gives you all that crucial context in a split second. And I love this part. The dictionary even gives us these great synonyms. Recall, recollect, call to mind. It's cool, right? Each one kind of hints at a slightly different flavor of how our brain is digging up that vital info right when we need it. Okay, so where are we? We've had an encounter, we've access to memory, but that's not a full story, is it? A story needs action. It needs, something to happen. And believe me, this is where things get interesting. Our third word is rescue. And just listen to that definition. To save a person, animal, or thing from danger or harm. Wow. All of a sudden, the whole vibe of our story just shifted. We've gone from just watching something happen to being in a situation that needs us to do something. And look at this, the dictionary perfectly illustrates this with this exact picture and caption. Jim managed to rescue the dog from the lake. I mean, come on, that's not just a sentence. That's the climax of a whole little drama right there. You can almost feel that sense of panic, and then the relief. But this makes you wonder, doesn't it? Why do we rescue? What is it inside of us, that core principle, that makes someone jump into action when they see danger? Well, what's amazing is that the dictionary actually gives us an answer with our fourth word, respect. Now, the definition it gives is to look up to someone. But we can think about respect in a bigger way, right? It's about valuing life itself, about seeing the importance of others. It's basically the moral compass that points us toward the act of rescue. And the example sentence they use is so direct and personal. You should respect your elders, said the old man. That really shows you that respect isn't just an idea. It's a value that's taught, something passed down that really shapes how we act. And then you see this image, sailors saluting their captain. It's such a perfect, powerful picture of that idea. It's deference, it's showing value, it's looking up to someone. Literally the definition we just talked about. This is the why behind the action. So we've had the encounter, the action, and the principle behind it. But every good story has to wind down, right? It needs a resolution. What happens after all the excitement? What's the feeling that's left over? And wouldn't you know it, our final word gives us the perfect answer, rest. A period of relaxing or sleeping. Just think about that for a moment. After that adrenaline rush from the rescue, after acting on your principles, what comes next is calm, peace. And just like that, we have a complete emotional journey. It kicks off with the shock of the encounter, zips through the frantic work of memory, hits that peak of intense action driven by a deep-seated principle, and then it all settles into the quiet calm of rest. The story feels complete. All right, let's take a step back for a second and just look at what we did here. We took 5 words that seemed totally random, and we actually found a story in them, a really coherent one. So, what does that actually mean? Let's just run it back one more time. We had the encounter, reptile. That sparked the memory, remember. That led to the action, rescue. The motivation was the principle, respect, and the whole thing wrapped up with the resolution, rest. It's a perfect story arc, just sitting there, hidden on a dictionary page. It's incredible.
You see, the second we put them in order, they stopped being just a list of definitions. They became so much more. They became characters, actions, motivations, and even a conclusion. They were the actual building blocks of a narrative.
And that really leaves us with one last big idea to think about. Language is so much more than just a way to talk to each other. It's like this massive library filled with millions of potential stories. So the next time you open a book or even just listen to the words people are using around you, maybe ask yourself, what other stories are hiding in plain sight?